everyone, welcome back to the Purple Tulip Workshop, where you learn your stitches and stitch to create with love. I'm your host Shipra, and I'll be taking you through a series of videos on different types of stitches and projects. So if you're excited and ready to learn, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notifications so you'll never miss when I post a new video. So in today's tutorial, I'm going to be taking you through a look that we can create with using these thin cotton threads. I'm going to be creating a gradient look. So I'm going to be using two techniques here. I'm going to be first of all going to be using a technique where you can make a 3-ply thread out of a 1-ply thread. So for that, we're going to be using my previous technique that I've mentioned earlier in one of my tutorials, where we make this loop and then have the thread running go through the loop. And if you want to refer to that technique, you can definitely refer to it from the link above. So the longer or the bigger the loop that you have here, the better combination of two shades you can get when you are creating that mixture of the two shades. So there we go. There. So I've got my 3-ply thread ready, and we're gonna make our slip knot. I'm going to make a small swatch which is going to be in the shape of a triangle. Okay, now that I've done a few rows in this dark maroon shade, I am going to now be joining the next shade into the loops, the long loop. So I'm going to put my current running loop into my stitch marker. And now I'm going to just snip off. This is the running thread that I have, so I'm going to just snip up, bring my loop on the side, and I'm going to snip up this running thread. And this is where I'm going to be putting the new color in. So I'm going to get hold of my next shade. So this is my next shade, and I'm going to just add this in. And you can join the two shades by using different techniques. So there are different techniques of joining yarn and threads. I have done a tutorial early on. You can refer to that tutorial from the link above. Here I'm going to use the magic knot technique. Okay, now I have this long loop, which is a really long loop of the maroon, which is 2 plies of the maroon and 1 ply of the pink. And now when we mix all of these 3 plies together, it makes a really nice blended mixture of the two shades. So I'm gonna work with the mixture turns. I'm going to do a few rows with it, and I'll come back. I'm going to pause my video now, and I'll come back and I'll show you how the gradient look turns out when I've just mixed these two. So I'll just do a few rows and I'll come back and I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, so I'm back and I've been able to do barely a few stitches here. I've done somewhere around 10 stitches. So now you can see how the maroon is mixing up with the pink and it's blending in well. So now I'm going, and this loop is coming to an end, so now I'm going to just pull through the pink thread and make a new loop. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this round. Okay, so I've done a few rows of this pink shade, and now I'm going to be adding in my third shade, which is the baby pink, like you see over here. So I'm going to get hold of my loop, which is this loop in this pink shade. I'm going to put this on the side over here, and we're going to be now cutting the running thread. This is where we're going to be then joining the new shade. So I'm getting hold of my baby pink, and we're going to join the two threads with the magic knot. So now that we have joined the two threads, when we combine the 3 plies, we get 2 plies of the dark pink and 1 ply of the baby pink, like you can see from over here. So when you are thinking of doing the gradient look with the cotton threads, just make sure that you have the right shades and they look really good together. So you see, I can see how the dark peach and the light baby pink combines through. Now I've come to a point where I want to add in my next shade, which is the peach shade. It's a baby peach, so it's this shade, and I'm going to just separate up with my loop. So these are the 2 strands of the loop, and this is the running thread. This is the join. So I got my peach shade in. Now we're going to do the magic knot. Okay, so now I'm going to be joining in my 5th shade. So I'm going to place in my locking pin here, and I'm going to separate the 2 strands of the loop like this. There we go. So these 2 threads are my loop, and this is the running. Now I'm going to add this shade in, which is going to be the 5th shade. Looking into making a gradient shawl or anything which requires a gradient look using these cotton threads, try to make sure that you have the shades as right. Like I started with a darker shade, then moved on to the next, and then like these 2 combine really well over here. You can barely tell that they're combining, you see. And then if you are changing from a peach to like a gray, then use a really light gray shade, and then you can combine the light gray with the darker gray. It sort of creates a really nice smooth look to the gradient effect. Now I'm going to be moving on to joining my last shade, which is the 6th shade. This is the last shade that I have, and I'm going to be joining this. So before we do that, we're going to separate the 2 plies of my loop. I'm going to snip up the running thread, and we're going to bring the new shade in. So here I am. I've just completed this triangle swatch, and you can see how the shades are blending in, how the dark maroon blended in with the dark peach, and then I went on to the peach, and then I added the baby pink, and then the baby pink was then mixed with the light orange peach, which was then mixed on with the khaki green, and then the khaki green was blended in with this green shade. So this is a really nice hack trick that I've been using when I'm working with these cotton threads, and especially when I want this sort of a gradient look on my projects. It works really well, and you actually have these sort of a merger of these two threads, where you have two plies of the one shade, the main shade, and then you have the new thread coming in with a single ply, and then it sort of creates a nice shading combination of these two shades, and then blends in very well. So I like this technique, this trick that I've been using quite a lot with my projects when I'm doing these gradient look. I just thought that I should share this with you as well in a tutorial. So I hope you like this video. If you do like this video, then do give it a thumbs up, and do subscribe to my channel from the link below, and click on to the bell icon for the latest updates. Take care for now. Bye bye.